I see how everybody doing this early morning. Woo! As y'all can see, yeah, we up cracker early today. Gotta get it done, gotta get it popping. So I figured I'd come on here early because yesterday, I'm gonna be honest, we did pretty poorly. I don't know where everybody was at. I'm assuming that everybody probably was on their way back to work after the holiday. We did really good during the holiday, but when it came to the end of the holiday, not so much. So I gotta be honest with you guys and say I gotta figure out what time I need to be coming on here because a lot of my people work. A lot of my people have a lot going on with themselves, and we can't expect everybody just to be coming here just to hang out with me on the bottom line. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm really trying to figure out is how can I find a way to make sure that I'm giving y'all what y'all want before y'all even get up out of here. This way you ain't got to worry about doing it on your lunch break. You ain't got to worry about checking in on your little breaks during the day. How about we do it right now? How about I'm the first thing that you see? How about we get the good news out before everybody else do, while everybody else is getting it? So I figured, you know what? Get up early and do that. Give the people a chance to get on. Give your videos a little longer opportunity for them to gain some traction. And then we're going to see what happens. If not, we'll try to go back to the other hour and then maybe just figure it probably was a whim. Something just happened out of nowhere. Won't even take it with a grain of salt. But right now, what I do need to talk to you guys about is sanctuary cities. Also, the pushback on deportation. We've got California Governor Gavin Newsom. We got Jokum Holcomb over here who's not trying to comply. We got the Massachusetts governor. We've also got Phil Murphy over there in New Jersey who's not complying. As you can see, Tom Homan does not care. They have their bottom line and their agenda. People keep coming to them saying, hey, it's going to cost $86 billion to get rid of these migrants. What are we going to do? How are you going to afford that? And Tom Homan's answer is, what price do you pay on your country's security? Also, it's going to cost much more to deal with them and keep them here. It'll cost $400 billion to keep them here and to deal with them versus letting them go back to their country of origin. Right. Now we also got President Trump that's considering changes in his tariff plan. So I guess he just really went in, looked at a few of his predecessors and figured, you know what, I may need to make some changes, which is smart. If you think about it, a lot of people notice that they make mistakes and in the interim, they go and try to fix those mistakes. I am the same. I'm just like that. Like when I'm doing a video, if I make a mistake when I'm saying something, if I'm corrected, boom, I'm jumping right on it and letting everybody know I understand I made a mistake. So let's get that correct. Did it the other day. Also, I take the comments very serious because a lot of information you guys may have, you may be able to steer me in the right direction. So we also have Biden who rolls out a new Hail Mary offshore drilling regulation, which means that when the new administration comes in, he's trying to make it difficult for drill baby drill. He's trying to do all sorts of monkey wrenches and situations to make the new incoming administration have nothing but problems. But I got news for you. It's not going to work because Trump's already talking about overturning that. So now, without any further ado, y'all, let's get into it. First thing we're going to do today is the sanctuary cities. Because guess what? That's what's really pressing, and that's why we got all of this congestive pricing, and we got all of this crap that's starting right now.
Today, back in the Oval Office, I will sign a historic slate of executive orders to close our border to illegal aliens and stop the invasion of our country. And on that same day, we will begin the largest deportation operation in American history.
Well, President-elect Trump has repeatedly promised to fix our country's border crisis, starting immediately, day one, he says. The Democratic leaders in sanctuary jurisdictions have been pushing back against his efforts before he even takes office.
We're not going to cooperate. We're not going to ask our police force to serve as ICE agents.
So if you don't ask your police officers to not service ICE stations because you're trying to be slick, you're trying to talk crap. Also, Chicago mayor, your entire city is, they don't like you. They all feel as if they made a mistake. Excuse me. They made a mistake in letting you be the mayor and electing you. So as far as what you're saying, that's out of there. Not only that, but you're going to lose federal funding if you do try to stand on this crap that you're talking about, which is something that I don't understand. Criminals in jail, y'all don't want to let ICE know where they at to come get them and deport them. Y'all are crazy.
I'm going to do everything that I can to protect our undocumented immigrants. They're residents of our.
You're going to do everything that you can to protect a cheeseburger because you look like Wimpy from Popeye. Stop fronting. You trying to keep money and do slick stuff and slide money to other people by getting the funding and using it for other stuff. Only reason and only way you can really hide money and steal when it comes down to it is war and slick stuff that these people are trying to do with the government. Don't go for their crap. Don't listen to him talking about they not going to help ICE. Well, you're going to get in trouble because we got news for you coming up next.
State.
I will fight you every step of the way.
If it's contrary to our values,
Now we go back to Jokel Hokel. You talking about fighting them every step of the way. Meanwhile, your mayor is indicted right now, and Trump is talking about giving him a pardon. So I don't know if you're going to be able to do but so much. We're actually looking to overturn your congestive pricing crap that a whole bunch of people got to deal with right now when they going to work because of this fool right here. Y'all do me a favor, share and like so everybody know that we here. We getting busy early in the morning. Let's go with it. Come on.
Fight you every step of the way.
if it's contrary to our values, we will fight to the death.
Would the Massachusetts State Police assist in mass deportations?
No, absolutely not. We are not cooperating with those efforts that actually threaten the safety of everyone by causing widespread fear.
Not cooperating, they say. Trump's pick for Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller's nonprofit with a warning now to those sanctuary states.
Now, finally, federals are stepping up and telling all of these people, hey, y'all don't want to comply? Read this.
And city leaders in California and beyond. The organization sent out 249 letters outlining the consequences of interfering with or impeding illegal immigration enforcement. Here's an excerpt from that letter. It says, your jurisdiction's sanctuary laws or policies, therefore, make a mockery of American democracy and demonstrate a shocking disrespect for the rule of law.
Basically.
We urge you to do the right thing, protect your citizens, and comply with federal law.
And the only thing that they're asking for is to let us know when you got somebody that went to jail, that did a crime, so that we can come pick them up. They just want to come get them and send them home. Why these governors and these mayors want to protect these people, I don't know. What is the end game for them? Y'all tell me. Because like I said, I come in for information as well. I share the information, but I also have questions. What makes them think that this is okay? And what do you guys think about this right here? Like they're pushing back against everything that the feds are trying to do. And now they're going to be messing around and not getting funding, the larger funding that they need. So now they're going to squeeze their cities for the small tax budgets to use to take care of these people. So directly now we're going to have to pay to keep immigrants in, illegal immigrants in our states.
Republican Congressman Andy Biggs of Arizona, a border state, will join us shortly to talk about this. But first, we go live to senior national correspondent William LaJeunesse with the latest on the pushback. Hi, William.
Well, Aisha, the letter is a warning shot to governors, mayors, and police chiefs who, quote, blatantly violate federal immigration law. Such lawlessness subjects you and your subordinates to significant risk of criminal and civil liability. And accordingly, it says, we put you on notice of this risk and insist that you comply with the nation's laws. So the law they're talking about, U.S. Statute 1373, says local and state governments cannot prohibit local sheriffs or police from communicating with ICE in any way,
right here,
which entirely conflicts with sanctuary laws that prohibit police from communicating with ICE.
See, the sanctuary laws, that's the little city law that they made up. We want to protect people. We don't want them to come and get our well and all of that stuff. They tried to use that. But you're not going to be able to use that because it's actually illegal to do what they're trying to do.
At all, refusing to admit that criminal aliens are in their jail or when they're going to be released.
Shame on any elected representative, any congressman, council person, any mayor, any governor who don't want to remove public safety threats from your community and they're here illegally. That is your number one responsibility, is protect your communities. So if you're not going to do it, President Trump and ICE will.
So why is it important? Well, ICE filed 300,000 detainers last 4 years asking jails to hold migrants for deportation. Even more detainers were filed under President Trump. Yet reports show hundreds of counties decline thousands of detainers.
So all of these, everybody that you see, all of these areas on this map right here are areas that we can know that people were arrested. They were all in jail in all of these prisons in all of these states. But these people said, you know what? We're not giving them up. And they already put in to come get them. These guys were in jail. They were in jail in these states, and they still ain't go get them.
In many cases, no matter how serious or violent the crime. Well, that puts sheriffs sworn to protect public safety between a rock and a hard place, right? Facing federal prosecution if they don't cooperate, and from the states if they do. So I said there are two issues here, right? The law says if you're here illegally, you're deportable. Crime or not. And secondly, the 1986 Immigration Control Act, passed by Congress, requires criminal aliens be deported, quote, as expeditiously as possible after the date of their conviction.
So not only are they going against laws, they're going against federal laws. He just said it. It's a federal law that was put in years ago that these sanctuary cities are going against, trying to protect these people.
So that's really hard to do if states are interfering with the process. Back to you.
All right, William LaJeunesse, thank you for setting us up. Appreciate it. Republican Congressman Andy Biggs of Arizona with a recent opinion piece titled, America Last, Democrats Push Mass Migration, Ignore Voters. He serves on the Judiciary Committee and as the co-chair of the Border Security Caucus.
Bottom line is, it's not going to work. And like Tom Holman said, if you try to do what you say you're going to do, they're going to actually get in trouble. I don't know if they're trying to get arrested, trying to go to jail, trying to make a point or whatever like that. But guess what? They're going to go, and it's not going to be a good deal. So check this out. We also got other situations right here where there's an officer in a coma in Long Island because somebody basically, watch this. It's terrible. It's an officer that's in a coma because he was in a Long Island Expressway crash. Those guys that be driving those Impalas and them Hellcats and all of those fast cars. Well, guess what? They actually took out a Long Island sheriff yesterday, and he's in a coma right now. So I'm not one that likes all of that, the Mopar stuff like that. It doesn't do anything for me. Making your motor scream and all of that. I think it's stupidity. But that's what people are doing nowadays. So hey, more power to you. Guys, do me a favor. All I'm asking for is a little bit of likes so we can let everybody know that you're here. We got 100 and something people in the building. We only got 2 likes. Please let these likes go up to at least 10 likes. I really would appreciate it. All it takes for you guys to do is double tap the screen real quick just to let everybody know. I see we got 3. Come on, y'all, I'm watching. I'm going to turn around and get it cracking. But do me a favor, please. Yesterday, y'all cracked me out. Only had 50 views. Trying to get these numbers up. So all I'm asking you guys to do is click this and we can get to the next video. Thank you guys so much. Okay, don't do it. Double tap, whatever. Okay, cool. Let's go.
County police officer is in critical condition after a crash on the LIE last night that officials say was caused by a racing driver.
Carolyn Gossoff covers the island and has more.
Attorney for Brendan.
Outside the hospital where Suffolk police officer Brendan Gallagher is on life support, officials called him a hero. A member of the newly formed street takeover task force, Gallagher was on the LIE in Brentwood trying to pull over a driver who was racing 95 to 100 miles an hour.
And they think this is cool. They think it's funny. They do the stupid circle. They be doing that little stupid circle and everything. And then you got the one stupid dude that takes his phone out because he want to get a video, and then he gets smacked to the side and you don't see him no more. And then they think that's cool. Idiocy. Pure idiocy.
Witnesses Sunday evening saw the Mustang weaving dangerously.
There was a Suffolk County police car, Ford Explorer, directly on his bumper, clearly trying to get him to pull over. They were both at a very, very high rate of speed, and they were going. The Mustang was attempting to evade by switching lanes.
Seconds later, disaster.
The collision caused the police vehicle to leave the roadway, where it struck a tree and overturned.
The Mustang driver, Cody Fisher, was pulled out of his wreck by an off-duty Nassau police officer on the way to work. Fisher, prosecutors say, admitted he smoked marijuana. He's charged with driving under the influence of drugs and assault. Doctors say the officer lost so much blood he's lucky to be alive.
We had our mid-cap.
So much blood that he's lucky to be alive because this idiot decided to drag, decided to Mopar, wanted to get out there and show off. Idiots. And then I've seen some crazy stuff happen where they're getting caught as they like just dented the windows, cops trying to bust out the window, they crashing into other cars. These guys are rebels. And then they get out, they get a suspended license and go right back and do the same thing again in the sanctuary cities.
Police officers literally climbing in this tangled mess, controlling hemorrhage to try to prolong his life.
It's the second time in just over 2 years he's faced near death. Gallagher was stabbed in 2022 and applauded for heroics as he wheeled his also injured partner out of the hospital. Officials say he could have taken a desk job, but instead returned to the front lines.
This is
Not all police are bad. Look at that. Man got hurt, still went back on the front lines. Massive respect to him because what is he doing? Actually doing his job and got hurt 2 times doing it. That's a lot to say. That's a lot less than a lot other police officers can say.
Officer that pulled 2 other individuals earlier in the week over for racing Mercedes that were doing over 130 miles an hour on the expressway. Street racing has to stop.
Prosecutors say Fisher has a prior road rage conviction and his license suspended 4 times.
We need laws that act as a deterrent. 95 to 100 miles an hour. And we can't hold you on bail unless you almost kill one of us.
Doctors say the next 48 hours are critical. Gallagher is in a medically induced coma in Central Island, Long Island. Carolyn Gussoff, CBS News, New York.
Let me ask you guys a question. Do they drag where you're at? Do you actually see them doing crazy stuff like this on the highway? Have you ever been next to one of those crazy cars that like doing all of that? Hey, how you doing, Eric? What's good? Steve, what's popping? Fox News, keep it a buck. They definitely do on certain stuff, but then we go to MSNBC and all other networks too, because a lot of people here feel as if Fox is only one-sided. But guess what? I keep on telling them, you can't kill the messenger. You basically can get more information from everybody, and then you figure out what you want to do with it. That's what we do here at The Bottom Line.
Officer Gallagher has 3 years on the Suffolk Police Force and has been awarded 8 times for exemplary work.
Yeah,
that Suffolk County police officer is in critical condition after a crash on the LIE last night.
I don't know what you guys think about that, but I think it's horrible. I think it's deplorable. Oh, and it's just bad. It's just really, really bad. All right, so we got another situation here where we got I'm gonna just say it, garbage president Biden. He's trying to be slick and make a last-ditch effort again, trying to make things hard for the American people, making us suffer when it comes down to these crazy slick laws that he's trying to pass, talking about no one can offshore drill for 600 and something miles or whatever like that. So all of these things that he's doing is last ditch efforts. And I don't understand, if you really were for the country and you wanted us to do better and you see that there's something that's coming up that's going to possibly do that, why throw monkey wrenches at it? Why? Because you're angry and you're bitter. And he's trying to be slick and say there's going to be a peaceful transference of power. Yes, visually and just handing over power, but the slick things that he's been doing over the last couple of months, we all know that Joe Biden is the worst president that we've ever had in the United States of America. I'm going to stand behind that. I'm really standing behind that because there's no reason for the things that he's doing and why he's going about it. You know, I really don't understand it. But we're going to see if there's a possibility that we can overturn it. But check out what's going on. Look at this.
More joins me now. Steve, can Trump reverse all these regulations on offshore drilling that we just heard from Edward? Can Trump reverse it easily?
I do, Stuart. By the way, welcome back. Happy New Year. We missed you. But look, these are, remember, we've talked in recent weeks about the fact that Trump will have a stack of about 100 executive orders on his desk on January 21st when he returns to office. And what I'd like to see is let's add another executive order to that list. Let's put it at the top of the pile, and that is reversing this absurd, crazy executive order by President Biden. But there's a term in football, Stuart. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's called the Hail Mary pass. Yep. It's when you have nothing left and you just throw it up in the air and hope somebody catches it. That's what this is by Biden. It's a Hail Mary pass, and I guarantee you this will be reversed. We have so much energy offshore. We should be using it to ensure that America has a commanding position in the energy markets. That will happen, and I think I might be right. I think this is going to be in that stack of executive orders that Trump signs on January 21.
Am I the only one that thinks that Biden is doing this stuff purposely? Please let me know. Let me know in the comments, y'all. Do you guys also feel that Biden is doing this stuff purposely? That he's trying to throw monkey wrenches? That he's trying to make things harder for us? Let me know, y'all. Also, do me a favor, if you like the content, please like. We got 14 likes and over like 400 people in here. Please, let's do it. Appreciate you guys. See, somebody said absolutely. Oh, we got somebody that said cry more. Let's get Harry out of here. Harry don't know who I am. Harry thought it was a joke. Harry, you don't know I'm my own moderator? Bang, out of here, done. See you, Harry. Bye, Harry. What's the big dispus? Nobody's going anywhere. Trump stunt. Okay, Lionel. Daily Dose of YouTube. JS, what's poppin'? Wumbo. You don't know who Calvin Coolidge was, do you? Yes, I do know who Calvin Coolidge was. Magic, amen. Glenn Buck, stay strong. Calvin Coolidge. That's either from, was that from like, I don't know, but I know it was from a show. Check it out. Keep going.
Canada's Prime Minister Trudeau, he's reportedly going to announce his resignation very soon. Is Trudeau in trouble because of the pressure from...
All right, we ain't going in Trudeau because we don't care about Canada. That was kind of boring news, but I had to do it because we needed to get that information out. Now we're going to go to this caravan that's trying to get to the United States before Trump comes into office. We already see what's going on. They're heading to the north, and guess what? They all going to get caught trying to be slick. It's this illegal immigrants here right now that need to just tell them, look, turn around, it's over. It's over. They're kicking us out the shelters. It's brick, meaning coal. So if y'all really want to come on to New York when it's this degree and think y'all doing something, come on down. You're the next contestant to freeze your bees off. Come on down. Because it's freezing where we at. I don't know about y'all, but it's freezing where we at. But they're headed here, so check it out, y'all.
Tensions are rising as a migrant caravan with people from parts of Central and South America is heading towards the U.S. from Mexico. We have News Nation border correspondent Jorge Ventura live in San Antonio with more on this for us. So where is this caravan, Jorge, and how serious is the situation?
So, I've been speaking with my sources in Mexico who say that the caravan has just taken off from Tapachula, Mexico, so still traveling to Chiapas, Mexico. And just since October, this is at least the 10th caravan to form and depart from that Tapachula area. According to Mexican immigration authorities, they expect even more of these caravans to form and depart in the coming days before President-elect takes office. You're looking at some of that footage now. Hundreds right now making that long trek north on foot. The majority of migrants in this caravan are Venezuelan.
It's a waste of time. Mexico is now containing them and keeping them on that side. Some of them might get through, don't get us wrong. But it's a waste of time. Trump coming, baby. This illegal aliens now self-deporting.
To my context, those migrants are headed towards that Juarez, Mexico area that's just right across El Paso. But the chances of that caravan actually reaching the U.S. border, well, that's slim to none, with Mexicans stepping up their own enforcement under Operation Carousel. That's why we are seeing those smaller groups still arrive to the U.S. border. Now, authorities in Mexico say that their shelters across the country are starting to see an uptick of new arrivals. This has prompted Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum to address the issue of deportations with the incoming Trump administration.
I got a question. I feel a certain way when I see stuff like this. I want to know if I'm the only one that feels this way. Yeah, I feel like these people need to have a chance in life. And I feel like, they should have an opportunity to do better for themselves. But when I see this, it pees me off. It really does. It makes me angry. Because it's like, we coming to your country no matter what. We going to do this and we going to do that. Hey, you know what? So if y'all going to be like that, ice, ice, baby. Do-do-doom, doom, doom, do-do-doom, doom. Ice, ice, baby. And they
Sheinbaum making a surprising reversal on a policy. She just said last month that Mexico would push the United States to send non-Mexican deportees to their countries of origin. She has completely reversed on that position and says that Mexico is now open to accepting those foreign nationals. So
see, the Democrats would have you think that the president of Mexico said, you know what? I'm not going to help you guys like the sanctuary mayors and the sanctuary governors were. At first, she was like that. I'm going to be honest. Probably she was. But then when she realized that those people ain't going to be around and Trump's the president, and if she don't want to comply, he can make your world a little harder. You know what? We're gonna house them now. Just like John Deere talking all that crap about they were going over to do, and he said he's gonna put all them tariffs on them. Guess what? You know what? We can do something in the United States. So people talk a big game until they gotta prove it, and they realize that they mouse, that they butt wrote a check that they A's can't cash. How about that? Also, guys, do me a favor. Again, we got about 475 people in the building. Glad y'all here with me, letting me know I should come earlier. But can we get a little more taps on the love? Can I get a fist bump? Can I get 2 taps to let everybody know what we're doing? I got some more heat coming, y'all. 2 taps on the screen so we can get some more likes. Really appreciate that, y'all. Let's keep it going.
Interesting development. Another tidbit that I got from some of my sources is that Mexican immigration authorities are part of this kind of new tactic to break up those caravans. They are issuing these migrants 20-day humanitarian visas that would allow migrants to legally travel through Mexico and reach the U.S. border and either enter illegally or at least give them a chance to apply for an employment on the CBP-1 Act, Connell.
I'll go back to what you're talking about, President Sheinbaum. That is an interesting development in terms of accepting people who are not Mexican. What are they doing? Are they doing something to prepare? I mean, that would be, what are you hearing on the Mexican side about it?
So at least from the U.S. side right now, Connor, this will be a major win for the Trump administration. Now on the Mexican side, they haven't revealed the exact details on how they will take in those foreign nationals. This comes as Mexico did open up 25 new shelters across the country to accept deported Mexican nationals. So it's unclear if they will open up additional shelters for foreign nationals. I did speak with an immigration attorney here in the U.S. who represents Venezuelan nationals. He says this new development, he believes, will lead to migrants actually self-deporting to their home countries to avoid the dangers of Mexico. Take a listen.
These foreign nationals are going to find it more desirable to be in their home country than it is to be in Mexico. And they'll eventually go back to their home country. And that's what we've seen in the past, in the last Trump administration, when they implemented the NPP program. And so I don't doubt that that's going to happen again.
And speaking with my sources in those Mexican border towns like Tijuana and Matamoros, they say expect migrants to rush to the border. Some will try to enter illegally before Trump takes office, and others will try to schedule an appointment on that CBP-1 app. Migrants do fear that that CBP-1 app will end on day 1 of Trump taking office.
It will end on day 1. He already said it. It's not part of his administration. He didn't make it. And it's also a lot of loopholes, and it's not a safe app. If you can just let people come into the country by using an app, that's like going to find a date. So you can get into it, you can become a citizen, not citizen, but get in the country, get funding, get a place to stay, get money, all off of an app. Day 1, that's done. What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about this? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. What do you guys think about the CBP app finally being ended? Do you think that's a good thing? Personally, I'm taking the gloves off. I do. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of us losing. I'm tired of them squeezing every little piece of whatever we got left. And when it comes down to the American citizens, they give us nothing. They give us beans. And illegal migrants that I've literally seen in the state of New York go to a supermarket, buy something, use an EBT card with food stamps on it, and that receipt comes back with about $10,000 left on it or $12,000 left on it, when the majority of American people are living from week to week trying to make it. How is that fair? Do you guys think that that's fair? I don't. I really don't. I really don't. Okay, what else we got here? Can Trump reverse these Hail Marys? Can Trump reverse what you guys are seeing right now? Do you think it's possible for him to come into office and reverse what Biden's doing right now? Because that's what everybody's saying, and that's basically what we're looking forward to. Hopefully it happens. It's a sucker punch. That's basically what it is.
Well, later today, on January 6th, Congress is going to certify President-elect Trump's election results, and President Biden wasting no time cementing his far-left climate legacy with a last-ditch effort permanently banning offshore drilling in most U.S. waters.
So basically, when Trump says drill, baby, drill, because that's what's going to get us out of debt, Us making oil will bring prices down. Us working harder will bring prices down. This one here, nope. Last monkey wrench. And think about it. It's blatant. It's right in our faces. Bottom line, just like what he did with Hunter, the worst president ever.
Coming White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt joins us right now. Caroline, good morning to you.
Good morning. Good to see you, Steve.
It's good to see you. So on the way out, in his last 2 weeks, what he's trying to do is he's trying to slow down Donald Trump, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. That's exactly right. This is a disgraceful decision by the Biden administration. And I say the administration because we all know Joe Biden doesn't know what's going on. This isn't him. This is the radical left environmental extremists in his administration who don't care about what's in the best interest of the American people who just reelected President Trump with a resounding mandate to drill, baby, drill. This decision, the intent behind it is to enact political revenge on the American people and on President.
All right, just a quick question because it's important. I want to know, do you guys feel that Biden is doing all of this on purpose? Do you guys feel that Joe Biden is throwing these monkey wrenches because he's not being a good president and there is no peaceful transfer of power? Because this isn't peaceful. I don't think it's peaceful. What do you guys think? Please let me know if you think this is peaceful.
Trump to try to slow down his administration and make it harder to implement the agenda that he campaigned on. But the good news is President Trump is going to get to work to day one. His administration will look at how we can rescind this radical order and expedite permits for drilling and for fracking to bring down the cost of living and energy in this country. That's what he campaigned on, and the American people can expect President Trump to deliver on that promise. He will not be deterred.
Well, and here's the thing, Caroline. Apparently, a lot of these lands, and we're talking about the East Coast, West Coast, down the Gulf Coast, and up around the Bering Sea. A lot of these areas, gas refineries have not really had any interest in developing anyway, but nonetheless, it's just symbolic. And I know it's going to be challenged in court, and I know that Republicans can change the law. But still, for him to do it in the last 2 weeks, rather than his first 2 weeks, it speaks volumes.
Yeah.
It does. And
that's why a lot of times, I'm going to let you guys know a secret right now. Stop telling your secrets. Stop telling people what you're planning on doing. Just do it. Be like Nike. Just do it, because what they're going to do is try to throw monkey wrenches, try to outshine you, try to make your mission not work. So you know what? Work hard, be determined, have your idea what you plan on doing in your head. Don't even tell anybody, because guess what? The next thing you know, they're going to try to throw monkey wrenches like this. He couldn't really be quiet about it because he wanted people to know what his plan was, what his agenda was, and how he was going to move forward. But this person, our terrible president that's finally getting out of here, he's like, yeah, you know what? Let me put some minefields in the way of that to make the situation even harder. Bottom line, I think he's doing it on purpose. It's blatant. What do you guys think? Again, if you like the content, I appreciate it to get the algorithms out to let people know what we're doing. I'm not asking for no money, but it will help to let people know that the show is going on. If you double tap and if you like, I really appreciate that. So let's double tap the screen. Double tap. Come on, y'all. Let's go.
Said this is the Biden administration simply trying to throw a sucker punch at President Trump on Joe Biden's way out the door. Right. But this is going to be Joe Biden's legacy, not doing what's in the best interest for the American people to bring down the cost of living and inflation that has been robbing them of their hard-earned paychecks every week. No, it's about throwing stones at those who don't believe in their ideology. It's about being anti-Trump, not pro-America. But that's all going to change on January 20th, rest assured.
And that is exactly 2 weeks from today. Now, today, January 6th, this is the day when, according to our laws, they've got to certify the presidential election. What is throwing kind of a monkey wrench into things, Caroline, is the fact that it's a snow day in Washington, and the federal government technically is closed. The schools are closed. But Republican leaders said, hey, members of Congress who are Republicans, make sure you stay in town over the weekend, and most of them did. Democrats left town. But nonetheless, it sounds like there will be enough Republicans in the Capitol today to certify the election.
And yesterday it was certified. This is yesterday. I just wanted you guys to know what was going on around us, because this is terrible. So yesterday, Kamala Harris, the one that lost, she had to certify her loss and sign Trump and Vance in. That was phenomenal. I hope you guys saw it. It was crazy. It was great. I loved to watch that. I was loving it. I swear to you, I was loving it. And like I told you, I talked to you guys about this. I want you guys to see what's going on here. Jokal Hokel. Kathy Hochul. She's deployed police officers in the train station like that's going to help. Just so you guys know, I had to take the train yesterday. I got in an argument with a homeless person. He was sleeping on the train. Then there was another guy that was on the left side of me sitting next to a lady scratching his leg. The whole car was humming, smelling crazy. People were holding their noses. All of us were. The guy got up. Does anybody want to sit down? Trying to be like, of course, who's going to sit down next to you like that, right? And then the guy next to him asked the lady, can I lean on you? Can I lay on you? The lady's like, no. Like, what are you doing? I had on headphones. Then 5 minutes later, he said, he touched her, tried to go in her purse. And I looked and I saw him. And she's like, get out of my bag. And he's like, well, get the hell up. Don't sit here. I had no choice but to say something. I turned around. I looked at him. I said, look here. These headphones are not on. I heard everything that you said, and I'm watching both of y'all. This one wants to pop up and acting like he gangster. I do 400 push-ups every day, by the way. He wants to jump up. I don't know what you're looking at me for. It could be whatever, fam. And I'm like, okay, bet. Because I wanted one of y'all to jump up. Let's do it. Started barking, going crazy. And I'm the one that was loud. I'm the one that started yelling and screaming, making a scene. And guess what he did? You crazy. That's right. Because when they go crazy, we need to go crazy too. You over there 76 pounds, soaking wet, and your back pockets is touching. You got this whole train scared. Guess what? I'm not. And if 6 people get together and whoop your behind, who gonna tell? Because we gonna all get off and just keep it moving. We ain't even waiting for the police because they don't know how to defend us. We need to start whooping butt ourselves. But Kathy Hochul is talking about bringing more police to the train station to incentivize her other crap that she's got going on, which is that congestive pricing robbery. She's a terrible governor and she needs to be let go. This commissioner is not good either. She does not really understand what needs to happen. But the commissioner says that she's got a plan. Let's hear her out real quick.
The whole thing is kind of a conflict for the MTA. Consider this. On one hand, it wants all that money from drivers paying congestion pricing tolls. On the other hand, it also wants fewer commuters on the streets and more on the subways, which for a lot of people are kind of problematic. Today, NYPD Commissioner Tisch adding more than 200 New York cops to the trains and platforms for safety. That's on top of the hundreds already on patrol underground. But many say they need more than just 200 extra new cops.
Like, for instance, that guy that I was yelling at yesterday, there was no cops around, not in sight, at none of the train stations that we pulled up to. So what are you really doing? What are you doing? You're not on the train. You're not stopping them from getting on the train, because yesterday the guy that stabbed the people, he went to the train station, and that's how y'all caught him, because he was back in the train station, back at the scene of the crime, because the police are doing nothing but letting them right out as soon as they commit crimes.
So what to do about all this? Stefan Kim in Lower Manhattan, he's live with the latest. Stefan.
Well, Bill, the mayor and police commissioner say it's not the fight against crime that they're losing, it's the perception battle, they say, the way people feel. And to fix that, they're announcing a new strategy.
It's not no perception. If we constantly really see it going on, it's the bottom line. That's why we come to shows like this, because we can't be jaded. And you're trying to force people to go on the train. If anybody needs to resign, it's Tisch and Hochul, both of them. Tisch had the nerve to say she's scared to go on the train with her kid. So we can go down there, but you can't? You the commissioner, you scared to get on the train. Let's get a real commissioner, and one that's not corrupt.
And it has to do with where they deploy cops underground.
Hell no! I gotta worry about getting pushed by someone if I don't know them. I'm a random homeless person. I don't feel safe.
I've never felt less safe to be here. It's just been a pure mess. It's hard to blame riders for the way they feel these days underground. But Mayor Adams says, don't allow the latest headline-grabbing subway assaults to fool you.
We don't care about numbers. He's about to try to sell us on numbers. We know better. We know that their numbers is garbage. We know it. We live in it.
Nothing is more horrific than watching a person burn to death on our subway system. We know how individuals feel when they're shoved to the tracks for no reason at all. The average New Yorker would believe that they're living in a city that is out of control. That is not the reality.
Instead, the mayor says, look at the numbers. Subway crime is down more than 5% from a year ago. December is down more than 15%. And he says January is trending to be down more than 20%.
We need to make sure New Yorkers are feeling safe.
And with that, the police commissioner today unveiled the latest strategy to tackle high crime zones.
Wait a minute, somebody said something smart. I saw this message right now, and it's imperial to be read. So it's defund the police. Now we need more. Yeah.
Effective this week, I've directed that we move more than 200 officers onto the trains to do specialty train patrols.
We lost 4,500 police officers. I'm going to say it. 4,500 police officers and about 2,500 firemen. Why? Because they were forcing them to do what? Get the jab. And they didn't want to do it. Not only that, but when this person came in, they felt like it was a smack in the face. This lady don't know what she's doing. She's never been a police officer. She didn't gain rank. She don't know nothing but pushing pencils. That's why we need a real commissioner. Someone that was on the streets and actually doing it. Everybody else, they left. They quit because they don't want to work under this person because she don't know her ass from her elbow.
And I have further directed that we deploy more officers onto subway platforms in the 50 highest crime stations in the city.
But what's different this time around? The commissioner says it's about where officers will be deployed. According to the NYPD, nearly 80% of subway crime occurs on trains and on platforms.
So that's where they're
going to put them. That's a lie. There's no way to eat. What are you going to do? Have them going up and down the train? You start doing that, and then the cops get off the train and they stay at the platform because they want to hang out. They want to be on their cell phone. They want to be talking to their partner. They want to be hollering at girls and stuff like that. They don't do their job. Even the ones that's here, they're too young. They're rookies. They don't even know how to do their job. Most of them are just intimidated by people when they see something going on. They're running from them because they can't fight themselves.
Majority of our cops need to be not in the mezzanines, not at the entrances.
As for the mentally ill, Governor Hochul says the mayor backs her plan to involuntarily commit and remove some of them from the subway system.
So now this dude laying out like this, right? He gets up. Oh, anybody want to sit down? Who's going to sit next to you? How about you get the hell up and get the F off the train so people that's working and paying for the train can sit there? He's taking 4 seats. How about somebody just grab him by his hood, slide him out, and kick him off the train? Will we be wrong for that? We paid. We know he didn't.
It's going to be really important for us to get the...
This one here. Where's your red clown nose? Because the rest of your face fits it. You are a clown. You are terrible, and the only reason you are the governor is because Cuomo was... Yeah, y'all know what y'all did to Cuomo. And you were under him and you took over. Same way like they was trying to do with Kamala, but it didn't work. You are the problem. Imperially, you're the problem.
Those changes to give doctors the ability to allow someone to stay longer without cycling them back in the street.
Now, the governor says she will announce her plan next week. As for surging the system with cops, the commissioner says this will be done without adding to overtime, which she is trying to rein in. As for what kind of impact this will have by moving cops from the entrances and mezzanines to trains and platforms, what kind of an impact it will have on fare evasion.
So it's going to be done without overtime. So all of that money that we're paying for congestive pricing that they said is going to go to the MTA, so where y'all putting it at if they're doing it without overtime? Because overtime is going to come from the congested pricing. So where you hiding the money? Where's that money really going? Can we find out? Can we know where the money's going?
Enforcement, that part is still unclear. Reporting live at One Police Plaza, Seth and Kim, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Yeah, this is Bugatti view right here, and this is the bottom line. This is where we at right now. Because we want to get the bottom line, and we want to let everybody know the truth about what's really happening. We're not going to listen to these networks. None of them, y'all. None of them. We listen and we get the information that we need, and then we make accountable decisions. We don't just let anybody tell us anything. This is the bottom line. I'm your boy BOOGOTTINYC. I appreciate you guys for coming. Check out www.drinkbigdrip.com. Get yourself some merch. Got some nice hoodies. Got the watermelon hat. Your boy BOOGOTTINYC, like I always tell you, could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. See you guys tomorrow. Y'all have a fantastic day. Be safe out there. If you're in a sanctuary city, if you got to ride the train, have your head on a swivel. Be real careful. Love is love, y'all. God bless you. God bless your families. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Love.